today, family members. And yesterday, in a slow news day, there was suddenly some more chaos thrown with the Eden Gardens after Ahmedabad now expressing a kind of security situation when it comes to the Pakistan England match on November 12th. We had reported what the situation is, that the Kolkata police have stated that Eden Gardens security situation might be stretched because on November 12th it is Kali Puja and Diwali. So because of that Pakistan England's match, they have asked the CAB to request the BCCI to reschedule the game on November 12th. If not on the November of 12th, then when can they play? November 11th is one option, or they are stating if you want to play on November 12th, play in the morning period. Now remember, in the past, when we look at World Cups, there have been instances when there have been three matches happening side by side. It happened in 1996, it happened in 2003. Since that time, ever since 2003, there has been no repeat of that. Now, if Eden Gardens suffers this unfortunate thing that they cannot host the game on the 12th, you'll have to reschedule it to some other date, it won't be the first time. Because remember, England, it's after 12 years that if you look at it, the ODI World Cup will come to the Eden Gardens. In 2011, India versus England, the big game match was supposed to be held at the Eden Gardens, not at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. But because Eden Gardens was not ready for that match, that is why they had to unfortunately shift it to Bangalore. Eden's loss was Chinnaswamy's gain because England and India played out an absolutely brilliant encounter. And that's why 12 years later, are we going to see something very, very similar? Because there is no talk about change of the venue. There is only talk about change of the date. But yet again, there will be a lot of logistical issues around it. Because remember, hotel availability at that time is going to be a big, big problem. Where will you get hotels to stay in Kolkata? Because any date that you look forward in November, all hotels are full because of the Durga Puja, Kali Puja celebrations as well as Diwali. On the other hand, if you look at it, flight travel, it is going to be a nightmare of epic proportions because every rate is going to be very, very expensive. India, the BCCI have all done the cricketing world a big, big disservice because of releasing the schedule just 100 days prior to the start of the World Cup. And they haven't announced the ticketing sales as of yet. So ticket prices could be high, air travel will be high, hotel rates will be high. So what is going to happen in this entire thing? For the Indian cricket fan, you are going to be short charged about it. You will have to shell out a minimum of 2 to 3 lakhs to ensure that you are going to watch a cricket match or spend some time in India. Just arriving in India will cost you 3 to 4 lakhs. The other expenses alone will cost you 5 to 6 lakhs. That is the unfortunate situation that has enveloped this. And the two reschedulements, India-Pakistan, potentially England-Pakistan, that is not going to help you in a big, big way because October 14th, everybody would have booked on the October of the 15th. Now, rescheduling all that is going to take an immense task for the Indian cricket fan or for the world cricket fan. BCCI has already been made the laughing stock. Now, yet again, you're going to see more repercussions out of this because two festivals, how could the BCCI overlook that and just schedule matches considering the security situation? The common factor in both the cases is festival season and also Pakistan. Maybe there might be a threat to Pakistan, but why did the Kolkata police react so late to it? When the schedule was released, why didn't they immediately state that, oh, we might be in trouble for November 12th because of the situation involving Pakistan, England? Ahmedabad police, after about a month or so, Ahmedabad security personnel, about a month or so, they were waiting, but then they suddenly said, no, we cannot host India-Pakistan on October 15th because of the Navratra Garba celebrations in Ahmedabad. Now remember, Navratra Garba in Ahmedabad is really, really huge. About 1 million people will just be going around in the various Maidans, in the various places where the festivities will be at an all-time high. Plus India-Pakistan logistical situation. Same for Kolkata. Kali Puja will be celebrated in a big, big way all across Kolkata. Plus that the situation of the Pakistan-England game. Yes, there might only be 20 or 25,000 people in attendance at the 65,000 stadium. Or maybe it could be even more, 40,000. But still, it presents a security risk nevertheless. So, Eden, is it going to suffer? Eden Gardens, are they going to suffer yet another 12-year misfortune where because the stadium was not ready on time, they had to shift the India-England marquee clash to Bangalore. In this case, the stadium upgradation is ready. The ICC are very happy about it, but what about the security situation? For the first time, a World Cup has been hosted in festival season in India. And whether the BCCI, it's an unfortunate oversight. All festivals in India this time are very late. It all begins from August end and continues until mid-November. Entire period of the World Cup is in this period. The BCCI better shape up because at this point in time, they are already a laughing stock, but this time no one is laughing about it. Now, when we look at the situation regarding Yajuvendra Chahal, he was not picked in the ODIs at all. He played in the first T20I, took 2 wickets, but didn't complete his quota of overs. Now, in the pre-match press conference that he attended just before the second T20I that will be played today against the West Indies in Providence, Guyana, Yajuvendra Chahal just was optimistic about it. He stated that the team composition issues mean that 3 spinners can only be played if there is massive assistance for the spinners on that wicket. Taruba aided that in the first T20I. India played with 3 spinners. Maybe Chahal will get an extended run in the second and third T20Is because traditionally Providence, Guyana has always aided the spinners. You look at it, it's a slow, low deck. It's a pretty low scoring venue in that sense. So Kuldeep, Aksar and Chahal, they will all play the second and third T20Is. It looks likely at this point. Now, Chahal had stated, because of the team composition, Kuldeep is doing very well. I may have to sit out. In the ODIs, Kuldeep did really well, and that is why I was sitting out. But at the same point in time, taking Chahal and not playing him, as well as the fact that he's not played in 2 World T20s, means that the 33-year-old is living on borrowed time at this point. Whether he makes it to the ODI squad as well for the World Cup, it remains to be seen. But looking at the way how things are, I think Yajuvendra Chahal is not getting picked for the ODI World Cup squad. Remember, in the next couple of days, the Asia Cup squad is going to be announced. So, Asia Cup squad will be an indication of your World Cup squad with just 1 or 2 changes. That's about it. But whoever is picked in the Asia Cup squad, most likely that is the squad that is going for the World Cup. So we all have to be very, very optimistic about that. Now, cricket, if we have to look at other cricketing news, there is massive problems for Australia with Pat Cummins not going to play the 3 ODI series against India because it is now revealed that he was playing the 5th Ashes test with a fractured wrist, with a broken wrist. Now, because of that broken wrist and now it is August, he's going to miss the ODI series and the white ball leg against South Africa, but he's also going to miss the India series, which means Cummins is racing against time to be fit for the World Cup. And if he doesn't get fit for the World Cup, maybe then Australia will have to have a replacement similar to him. Who could that be? We don't know. But Cummins, massive injury blow. If he's not playing the ODI series against India, then it looks like his World Cup chances are on very, very thin ice. So one hopes for Australia's sake that Pat Cummins recovers because they need potentially their captain. If Pat Cummins does not captain, who might captain? Maybe Mitchell Marsh, maybe Glenn Maxwell. We don't know about that. We don't know who's going to be Australia's new captain. The ODI series against South Africa will give you an indication as to who will be Australia's new white ball captain in the near future. Maybe they're not looking at Steve Smith. Could be a new guy in essence. So he's got a very limited time frame to ensure that Australia are ready for the World Cup. Because remember, they won in 2015, they crashed out in the semi-finals in 2019. Here in India, they'll be determined to repeat their 1987 heroics. But looking at it, Australia face a slight issue when Pat Cummins is injured. So that is the current situation in the world of cricket. Now moving our attention to other sports. Today is the Asian Champions Trophy. It resumes after a break of 1 day. India will be taking on Malaysia, and yet again, this is the acid test that India will be facing, because remember, Malaysia are a very attacking team and they have been the team in form in this Asian Champions Trophy. India, on the other hand, they started their campaign well with a 7-2 win against China, but unfortunately they drew 1-1 against Japan. The most worrying factor for the Indian hockey team is 15 penalty corners, and they missed 15 of them. This is the major concern that Craig Fulton and Harmanpreet Singh will have to address ahead of their clash against Malaysia. Because remember, Malaysia are the team that can even upset your Asiad chances as well. So big game coming up today. India versus Malaysia in the Asian Champions Trophy in Chennai. After that, India will play South Korea on Monday. So that is why two back to back. After that, 1 day break, you will play Pakistan on 9th of August. So that is the situation when you look at India in the Asian Champions Trophy. But let us take some time to appreciate the efforts of Aditi Swami, a 17-year-old from Satara who is now your new archery world champion. I mean, what a feat it has been. She's already the cadet champion, the world cadet champion, and now she's the world senior champion as well. And in the performance that was delivered in Berlin, they had come into this with no medals. Now there are 3 medals. Ojas Devtale also managed to win the gold medal. So now that is why Ojas Devtale and and Aditi Swami, that combination now has ensured that Indian archery is on the ultimate footing when it comes to it. The next big test for them is the Asiad, because remember, they'll be up against South Korea. South Korea are the traditional heavyweights when it comes to archery, and that's why Ojas Devtale, Aditi Swami, all the others, Atanu Das, and all of them, they are going to face a massive situation in the Asian Games. But let us hail this 17-year-old from Satara who has taken up archery as a passion and has ensured now that she's the new world champion. Beating Colombian archers on the way is not an easy task. So Aditi Swami, take a bow. What a magnificent achievement that she's achieved, all at the age of 17 years. Brilliant achievement from Aditi Swami. And that is why now even Ojas Devtale, one of the rising superstars in the world of archery, salute to him. So basically, this is how it is. There is a comment saying that okay, now how do you see Ishan in the last 15 T20s? How long is the rope? Akash, I mean, see, Ishan has struggled. No doubt about it. In T20Is, he's really struggled in the last 15 T20I innings. But I think the rope is long enough for him. For this series, at least he's playing. Because T20Is will once again be your priority after the end of the World Cup when you're playing 5 T20Is against Australia. Then you're playing 3 T20Is against South Africa. You've got 8. After that period, you may want to schedule some T20Is in the middle. But then you've got the IPL from March. So that will be your key preparation time at this point. So yes, Ishan Kishan is going to get a long rope, whether you like it or not. That is the situation. Chahal will select Indian World Cup and Virat Kohli play. Nobody will stop India innovative. Why? We hope so. Virat plays till 2027. But Chahal, looking at Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav, I think it's difficult for him to slot. Maybe he could faint chance of making it to the 15, but I don't think he's making it to the 11 by any stretch. So let's see how it pans out. So today we have got 2 major events coming up. India versus West Indies. The second T20I begins at Providence, Guyana at 7:30 p.m. IST. The toss at 7:30 p.m. The match begins at 8 p.m. IST. Then you've got India versus Malaysia, the most crucial game in the Asian Men's Champions Trophy. So we've got a lot of coverage coming up for you. Do stay tuned to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Tap the bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye bye.